The 1st Panzer Division, established in 1935 as one of Germany's original 3 armoured divisions, it would become one of the most elite and widely travelled units of the Wehrmacht. From the pre-war occupations of Austria and Czechoslovakia to the desperate final defences in 1945, the history of the 1st Panzer Division is a microcosm of the rise and fall of German armoured power. Headquartered in Weimar, the division was formed in defiance of the Treaty of Versailles. Initially equipped with the light Panzer I and II, it served as a testing ground for the development of German armoured doctrine. By the invasion of Poland in 1939, the division had already reached the outskirts of Warsaw in just 8 days, showcasing the terrifying potential of the Blitzkrieg. In 1940, the division was at the spearhead of the invasion of France, playing a critical role in the breakthrough at Sedan and the subsequent dash to the English Channel. It advanced so rapidly that it occupied Belfort near the Swiss border before the French surrender. During this campaign, the division suffered relatively low casualties, but the true test of its endurance was yet to come. June 1941, Operation Barbarossa. As part of Army Group North, the 1st Panzer Division crossed into the Soviet Union. The intensity of the fighting was unprecedented. By mid-August, less than 2 months into the campaign, only 44 of its original 155 tanks remained serviceable. Despite these losses, the division pushed onward, eventually being transferred to Army Group Center for the final freezing drive toward Moscow. The division advanced within 32 kilometers of the Soviet capital before the winter counteroffensive forced a brutal retreat. For much of 1942, the unit fought as infantry in the Rzhev Salient, its armoured strength depleted. It was a period of desperate defence, holding the line against repeated Soviet onslaughts before finally being withdrawn to France in early 1943 for much-needed refitting. While refitting in Greece during the summer of 1943, the 1st Panzer Division stood ready for an Allied landing that never came there. Instead, the Allies struck Sicily. The division assisted in disarming Italian forces before being rushed back to the Eastern Front in October. Now equipped with the powerful Panther tanks, it was one of the best equipped armoured units in the entire German army. Throughout 1944, the division became a fire brigade, constantly shifted between crisis locations as the German front lines buckled. From the desperate attempts to break the Korsun-Cherkasy pocket to the defence of eastern Poland and Hungary, the 1st Panzer Division was always in the thick of the heaviest fighting. By March 1944, it had been reduced to just a quarter of its nominal strength. The final months of the war saw the division engaged in a series of unsuccessful counterattacks around Lake Balaton in Hungary, attempting to relieve the siege of Budapest. Despite their tactical skill, the overwhelming weight of Soviet numbers and the exhaustion of German resources made defeat inevitable. The elite unit was pushed back into Austria, fighting its last defensive actions in Styria. In the final days of May 1945, the 1st Panzer Division chose its final destination. Rather than surrender to the Soviets, the division successfully retreated westward, crossing the demarcation lines to surrender to United States forces in Bavaria on May the 8th. It was a calculated end for a unit that had spent nearly 4 years in a war of annihilation on the Eastern Front. The legacy of the 1st Panzer Division is one of professional excellence and tactical brilliance, but also one of participation in a devastating global conflict. It was a unit that embodied the German armoured ideal from the experimental years of the 1930s to the bitter end in 1945. Its history remains a stark reminder of the scale and intensity of the armoured struggle in the Second World War.